Welcome to Nairobian Official, where we serve truth with sarcasm mandazi. I'm Etienne Korita of Nairobi. Today, on your darling Nairobian perspectives, let's slow the intro a bit down and ponder the light side of politics. She means business. Islamic finance is not charity work, Sumaya Hassan.
The other misconception is that Sharia compliant institutions or Islamic finance institutions are charitable. They should not make money. Now, there is charity and there is business. And the two can go hand in hand, but it is not to say that you cannot make money because you're saying we are faith-based or we are using Sharia compliant values. Not at all. Actually, you know, in the holy book of Muslims, the Quran, it is very clear that interest is not allowed, but trade is encouraged, because that is a transaction that is completely understandable. If I sell you this glass and I make money from selling you that glass, that transaction is completely clear. I know what I sold you, you know what you bought, our price, you know, it is clear.
Sumaya Hassan, you speak the truth. Islamic finance is not free money, it's business. Make money, not just pray for it. Very important. Even in Kenya, we know this. Samia Suluhu is under scrutiny as human rights groups have petitioned the ICC to probe Tanzania's post-election killings.
And across the borders, Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan is at the center of a dramatic legal petition filed at the International Criminal Court in The Hague. The petition, submitted by a Madrid-based law firm, accuses the president and senior members of her security forces of crimes against humanity following the deadly crackdown on post-election protests.
Suluhu sounds like solution, but now there's a problem with ICC. It's like when you order ugali and they bring you sadza. Human rights, eh? More like human wrongs, I tell you. Natembeya accuses state of intimidation after security withdrew.
George Natembeya's security has vanished, pulled quietly in the night. Just 3 days after gunmen sprayed bullets at his rally and left an MP's home in ruins. 1 week, 2 attacks, 0 arrests. And now the man who is becoming the Western Kenya's political kingpin is walking around without a single official guard.
Old Kenya!
Even though he is a governor. If this is coincidence, then Kenya's politics has invented a new definition of timing.
This is like taking away a Kenyan's chai. How will he feel? They want him to start running like Kipchoge for exercise. Very good for the heart, you know. In a surprising turn of events, failed UDA aspirants from Malava have been handed diplomatic jobs in Uganda and South Africa.
Now in Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi says 2 UDA aspirants from Malava constituency who lost in the party primaries have been given diplomatic postings to Uganda and South Africa. This is after they agreed to support David Ndakwa, the ruling party's candidate for the Malava constituency by-election slated for this coming Thursday.
Kenya, where failure is just a VIP ticket to a foreign country. So you fail in Kenya, you become an ambassador in Uganda. It's like failing to make mursik and becoming a wine taster. No, wine taster. No, I'm joking. But seriously, diplomatic jobs for failed aspirants only in Africa. Recent Oxfam report reveals a stark reality. 125 richest Kenyans hold more wealth than 42.6 million people.
Now you'll find this story very interesting. An exclusive club of only 125 people in Kenya hold wealth that is more than 43 million other Kenyans combined. This is according to the first ever Status of Inequality in Kenya report published by Oxfam that shows that poverty levels in the country is rising. The report shows that 7 million people have descended into extreme poverty over the last decade alone. Equality proponents are now calling on the government and the political establishment to rethink the structure of the economy and prioritize measures that promote wealth distribution that protects low-income earners across the country.
125 people holding all the money? This is why we need more doctors in politics. We'll redistribute the wealth. Fairly, of course. Oxfam, you're just stating the obvious. We know the rich are rich. Tell us something we don't know. Moving on to our next topic. A man jailed 20 years for raping 80-year-old granny. 20 years for that?
It alludes to the fact that the complainant is 80 years old. She's a close neighbor to you, and you went ahead and raped her. The community is incensed by what you did. There is also an indication that you've been involved in previous criminal activities. This court sentences you to serve 20 years.
Some things are not funny. This man deserves a very long holiday in committee. No ugali for him. Sudan Army Chief calls on Trump to end country's war. Trump to end Sudan's war? That's like asking a matatu driver to fight him to solve our own problems. Trump has his own issues. Leave him alone. That's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Nairobi Perspectives. I'm your host, Etienne Kodita, and we'll be back next week with more stories from the heart of Nairobi. Until then, au revoir, tutaonana baadaye jameni.